family. I hope you are all blessed. I hope you are very safe. I hope everybody is having an absolutely wonderful day out here. Been a lot of stuff going on. So, as you know, tomorrow is the Faith and Freedom Fest in Port Charlotte, Florida. Go check it out at the fairgrounds. It's free admission. Um, it should be good if you like Jesus and you are like-minded, opinion for Christ. Oh, these people are retarded. We're over the 28-second mark. Now we can get into some of the news. Mamdani's New York City refuses to turn illegal alien charged with killing 4 in arson attack over to ICE. Of course he does. So we're going to go ahead and get into the big news now because I'm just going to get that done and we're going to get off of here. But I don't see any other option at this point in America but violence in the streets. With the way things are going, I just don't see any other. It's already happening. Look what happened in Virginia earlier today. A bunch of patriots beat the fuck out of you pussy leftists in the streets. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. So let's get into all these dead, missing scientists. Nuclear UFO aerospace scientists. The count has been escalating rapidly. It went from 6 to 10 to 8 to 9 to 11 to 10 to 11, all within the past few weeks, with reports still emerging today, April 17th. We've been reporting on this for about 5-6 months now. We've started reporting on it when 3 of them came up missing. So we're going to just touch base. The dead people. These are the dead scientists that have come up so far. Michael David Hicks, NASA JPL research scientist, died July 30th, 2023, age 59. No cause of death disclosed. No health issues mentioned in any obituaries. Published over 80 scientific papers and was directly involved in the DART project and the Deep Space One mission. NASA has never commented on his death. Number 2, Frank Mywald, NASA JPL principal researcher, a NASA JPL principal research and design reserved for scientists making outstanding individual contributions, died July 4th, 2024 in Los Angeles, age 61. No autopsy, no cause of death, no public statement from NASA or JPL, period. Then we got number 3. These are the ones that died, okay? Nuno Lorio, MIT Plasma Science and Fusion Center Director of the Plasma Science Fusion Center at MIT, and reportedly on the verge of a breakthrough in plasma physics and fusion energy. He was assassinated at his home in Brooklyn, Massachusetts on December 15th, 2025. The gunman was identified as a former classmate from Portugal. We covered that in extensive news while that was happening. Next, Carl Grill Mier, Caltech astrophysicist. Carl, 47, a research scientist at Caltech Infrared Processing and Analyst Center, was fatally shot outside his home on February 16th, 2026, in what authorities have ruled a homicide. His work was connected to missile tracking technology used by the Air Force. These are the things that people aren't telling you in the other news reports. Jason Thomas. Okay, Novartis. Paramedical researcher Jason Thomas, a pharmaceutical researcher, sorry if I'm butchering that, testing cancer treatments, no, it sounds about right, testing cancer treatments at Novartis, was found dead in a Massachusetts lake on March 17, 2026, after disappearing 3 months earlier. No foul play suspected. Cause of death still undetermined. You notice how all of the cause of deaths for all of these scientists are completely undetermined? Amy Eskridge, which is who they're talking about today on the news, anti-gravity aerospace researcher, 11th case newly surfaced. Eskridge died on June 11, 2022 in Huntsville, Alabama. Her death was reported as a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, but neither local law enforcement nor medical examiners have publicly released any official investigative reports. Because that's the one that, remember, she committed suicide and got shot in the back of the head? Yeah. So she co-founded the Institute of Exotic Science with her father, retired NASA engineer Richard Eskridge, to bring transparency to anti-gravity research. She explained, if you stick your neck out in public, at least someone notices. If your head gets chopped off, retired British intelligence officer Markin Milburn, who investigated Eskridge's claims of harassment, concluded her death was not a suicide. He documented repeated incidents of intermittent, including alleged attacks involving a directed energy weapon. Journalist Michael Schellenberger also testified before a public hearing on UAPs that Eskridge was murdered by a private aerospace company in the U.S. because she was involved in UAP conversation. The ones that are missing, these are the scientists that are missing out here. Still, right now, not presumed dead, just presumed disappeared. Okay, Anthony Chavez, Los Alamos National Laboratory, a former worker at Los Alamos National Laboratory and nuclear research facility found during the Manhattan Project, who disappeared without a trace May 4th, 2025. No explanation, no results. Monica Reyes. Hey, get up and get your water, bro. Get up and get your water. Get up and get your water. Kara. Yeah. Get up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Thank you. Get your water. I shouldn't have to tell you to get water. Oh, poor baby's getting old. So, Reyes, NASA JPL Director of Materials Processing at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, missing since June 22nd, 2025, while hiking in Angeles National Forest, just months after starting her role. Melissa Chiesas, Los Alamos National Laboratory, also an administrative worker at Los Alamos National Laboratory, missing since June 26, 2025. Stephen Garcia, Kansas City National Security Campus contractor. Stephen Garcia, 48, was last seen on August 28, 2025, walking out of his Albuquerque home on foot in a green camouflage shirt and shorts just after 9 a.m. He was carrying a handgun. He has not been seen since. Garcia served as a property custodian for the Kansas City National Security Campus. The job allowed Garcia a top security clearance in the building, which manufactures more than 80% of all non-nuclear components that go into building the military's nuclear weapons. And the 11th, Major General William Neil McCaslin, retired Air Force Major General McCaslin, who oversaw the Air Force's $2.2 billion science and technology program at Wright-Patterson's Air Force Base and appeared in 2016 WikiLeaks emails as an advisor on UFO disclosure, walked out of his New Mexico home on February 27, 2026, without his phone, wearable devices, or prescription glasses. He has not been seen. His wife told 911 dispatchers it appears he was trying to not be found. McCaslin had commanded the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which has long been a subject of speculation regarding advanced technology programs. So what makes the pattern so alarming in this entire situation? 2 scientists were shot and killed at their homes. Another's body was believed to be found at the bottom of a lake. Others vanished from their homes, a highway, and a hiking trail. None of these cases from the past 33 months are officially connected. 3 of the first 9 involve direct connections to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Multiple cases are concentrated in New Mexico, particularly the Albuquerque area. Many left behind phones, wallets, and other devices when they disappeared. A detail rep person called highly unusual for individuals in national security roles. At the White House briefing, Fox News' Peter Dorsey asked Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt directly. There are now 10 American scientists. We're actually at 12. We just haven't confirmed the 12th one yet. So we're at 11 right now, and they are still confirming 2 reports. What I want to know is, where are all these reports of these people coming from? Maybe we should start the investigation there. Because, what's it? 7 or 8 of them all came up missing within the past few weeks. Missing, not dead. 7 or 8 of them came up missing in the past few weeks. That all happened to be working on some pretty crazy shit. And they all disappeared in a pretty weird way. They left all of their devices and everything they would normally be with, which, if you don't know, when you work for top security and classified buildings and you were still in that role, you are required 24 hours a day to be on call, because you can dampen a national security event. Just like soldiers are on call 24 hours a day. These people have to be gotten in contact with at all times. Well, guess what? You can't now. So either they've disappeared and they're doing their own thing, or maybe someone's helped them disappear, because that's kind of what it looks like. Maybe some nefarious shit's going on. But then again, the one girl was in her whole role was to bring transparency to the anti-gravity and nuclear and aerospace technology that the government was building, and she disappears. You know what I mean? Her father founded the institute that's doing these things. So, maybe she didn't disappear, and maybe, just putting my conspiracy cap on here, just maybe she thought she could do a better job by disappearing, and these people thought the same thing. And maybe just a bunch of shit's about to fucking go haywire. And we're about to find out that we live in a fucking simulation, and all these politicians will come out and pull their fucking meat suit off and expose a bunch of fucking lizard people everywhere. You know? So, all I know is I'm only here for 2 things anymore, and that's kicking ass and chewing bubblegum. And I'm all out of motherfucking bubblegum, man. That's all I know. So, former FBI asset director Chris Swecker said, "I don't believe they were abducted by aliens." I don't either. I believe they might have been abducted by the cartels, though, since this was Albuquerque, fucking New Mexico. They would love to have nuclear programs and anti-gravity fucking bombs. Holy shit! Could you imagine getting crushed through the fucking earth by a fucking bomb, bro? Holy moly. Because you know that's what the military is looking at. They're not looking at anti-gravity to help us fucking have shoes that make us fucking float around. They're looking at anti-gravity so they can crush us, literally, you know? Or fucking float around in their fucking tanks so they're more mobile. Unfortunately, we don't have a government that wants to move forward and better humanity any longer. You know what I mean? Former FBI Assistant Director Swecker confirmed multiple foreign intelligence services, including China, Russia, Pakistan, India, Iran, and North Korea, have been targeting Americans with sensitive technology knowledge for decades. This is an extremely live story. The count was at 6 just a few weeks ago and jumped to 11 within days. Trump has vowed answers within a week and a half, putting the deadline around April 28th. So, back on, when was it? I got it in my archive here. Way back in my fucking archive here. we were doing these, talking about this. Florida schools and church evacuations. Anyway, I've got 7 other lives on here with the progression of what's been going on with all of this stuff. But the information I just gave you is the information you're not hearing anywhere else. What these people actually did, brother. You keep hearing UFO people, astro, space, nuclear. You don't know what they actually did. They did some pretty fucking amazing stuff. And supposedly, we covered the story last year when the guy got killed in the city that was working on the fusion program. He was supposedly on a breakthrough for nuclear fucking fusion, bro, which would give us unlimited free fucking energy. You know, the guy that made the fucking hydro-powered car back in the 50s got killed fucking 2 weeks later, and then his patent disappeared off the fucking patent shelf. So, I mean, where do we go from here? We got 2 more states now in active emergencies because young black teenagers are fucking shit up, as usual. It's getting insane, because now we've got, now that all this deportations have happened, or all these mass importing has happened, black people are 6% of the fucking country now. It's insane that now 6% of the country is causing 57% of the crime. That's pretty crazy, bro. That's pretty fucking crazy. It's not culture. It's not fucking rap. It's not fucking gangster mentality. It's just nuts, man. That's what it is. Man, everybody's hitting gators in Florida, huh? Golly, this car just got smashed to pieces. There's a active shooting on the other side of town right now. I'm trying to find the information on that I saved earlier. We had another active shooting over here in Southwest Florida today. Where's my Muslims are terrorists? Muslims are terrorists. There, no, not just Muslim terrorists. Muslims are the devil. Muslims, Somalis are terrorists. Is it Muslims are the devil? Let me see.
After the George Floyd riots, after the anti-ICE mobs, we hoped that Minneapolis would start to clean up its act, but we didn't think they'd take it in this direction. The commie and the billionaire. That's the focus of tonight's angle.
So now, even the Republicans...
What an evolution for the Democrat Party.
Oh, I know.
Now, in the JFK era, it was pro-life
mainstream
and
media.
patriotic.
We're talking about...
In the Clinton era, it was anti-illegal immigration
now
and
we're not the only ones.
spending.
Now we're not conspiracy
The
theorists.
Democrats used to believe that America was basically a force for good in the world. But now,
Hassan
the
Piker,
Lex
piece
New
shit,
Golden Boy
communist
Twitch
motherfucker.
streamer doesn't
We're
even
the whole
try to
story
hide
on this fucking scumbag
34-year-old
piece of shit.
Hassan Piker not only hates America, he's hinting at a civil war.
Empires never die quietly, and we must end the American empire regardless.
Well, bring it, motherfucker.
But we must manage the retreat of a superpower from the world stage. This is a challenge for our time. Actually, this is the challenge.
Let me make this very clear for you kids. He's saying no more freedom in the world. He's saying no more end to slavery. You understand, if America doesn't exist, slavery's back on the table, right? Because all of these Muslim countries and all of these black countries still have legal slavery. They never abolished slavery. Only white countries did. You motherfuckers. Only white countries have abolished slavery. So you're talking about wanting slavery in China? Yeah, many slaves. 750,000 slaves in China to be exact.
Challenge for our time.
Islam, millions of slaves.
Because if we do not do this, then the American empire will come to an end in a much more violent way.
I love the applause he gets at Yale. Glad I went to Dartmouth. Of course, he presupposes that we are an empire,
That's what we
which
got to
we
say
are
at this
not.
point. We don't
Piker
care about
either doesn't know
politics
his history.
anymore.
Maybe
We're not in this for politics anymore. We understand. We're not retarded like you people are. We don't care about this midterms. We don't care about 2028's election. Regardless, all we're getting ready for is the war. That's it at this point. I don't know one Republican. Every Republican I talk to down here in Southwest Florida says they do not see a point in voting, and I agree. I don't see one candidate that's worth backing I'm endorsing somebody, but I don't see one of them that's really worth backing, that's actually going to help Florida, that's actually going to shut the fucking state down. You know what I mean? You'd be calling me a dictator and a fascist if I were the governor of fucking Florida. Absolutely. First of all, we passed the Northern Enemies Act day one. Fuck your federal courts. You know what I mean? We passed the Northern Enemies Act day one in the state of Florida. We'd stop killing our fucking waterways. We'd restore our fucking waterways. Not with poison. Not with poisons. We'd hire people from local communities to work the jobs. Fucking scumbags spraying our fucking canals with poison. What were you going to work? Well, if your job is to destroy the agriculture of the state, well, your job is evil and you're a scumbag piece of shit. For all of you spraying poison into our water, I want you to understand, you're a scumbag piece of shit and you're hated, okay? You're literally killing our water life and you're causing these toxic algae plumes in the state of Florida. It's insane. A simple Google search will tell you that. A simple retard can tell you that you don't kill the fucking lily pads in Florida. Oh, but the Northerners can't navigate the waters because you're fucking retarded. That's why. That's why you don't need to come here at all. You're too retarded to function in our state, so you want to fuck it up. That's what happened in New York. All of you people were too fucking retarded to understand how to run a city. So you fucked it all up, and then you got to flee somewhere else, and now you want to fuck that all up. Like, the movie Idiocracy was a history lesson at this point. You know what I mean? Fucking insane, bro. Oh, it pains me to know that there's not going to be an America once my generation is dead. It really pains me to know that you're all going to be fucking communists. It really fucking breaks my heart, you know?
Rutgers didn't teach that or purposely distorts it for effect. But it's irrelevant anyway. It's slipshod, lazy thinking that is par for the course for this once great party.
Two people are watching it concurrently
Who
right
needs to
now.
read? Who needs to understand the sweep, the arc of history? When you can just go for maximum.
That's not what the algorithm's based off, though, how many people I have concurrently. Okay, 22 minutes is all I'm allotting for this night. We're in 22 right now. You guys have a blessed night. Everybody be safe. I hope y'all enjoyed the Facebook Live today. Thank you for all the support we got this week, by the way.